Just make sure. I can't see us. I can't see us. Wait, let's see. No, I don't know why. I can't see us. Fuck's sake, man. Wait a minute. Waiting. Right, welcome back, everyone. I'm sorry, I had technical difficulties, and I think we are now back up and running. The stream decided to freeze. I tried to sort it, and it just didn't want to work. So we are back. So we will restart from the Vision stuff and what happened with it that match. Uh, like you both said before we got technically put off. It was a very good match. The segment and look, Adam Pearce getting involved, I really didn't expect that.
Yeah.
But I do think there's more to come because what happens in the backstage segment later on as well. If you know what I mean, I do think there's
Yeah.
more to
You
come
know
with
what I
that.
actually think? I have a theory.
Right, go for it.
Someone's getting sacked.
Oh, okay.
No,
Right,
no,
okay, right. No, I've got your theory, right, and right, okay, Alex. If he is, who's taking over from him?
no. I have a proper theory, Aaron.
Yeah, go for it.
So, in the match that I think will happen at WrestleMania is I think this whole shenanigans is leading to a match between Adam Pearce versus Paul Heyman for full control of Raw.
Okay, that sounds good, but I don't think Pierce will fight again. But anyway,
Well, he's been,
I
he's
know,
been putting it out there that he's wanting to get back into the ring
I know,
for
but
one final match.
I know. Right, so if he is getting sacked in the morning, who is really taking over from him then, Alex?
Oh, my money would be on Paul Heyman
Yeah, I think it could potentially.
because that phone call he got.
Yes, which we're just right because that happens like literally after it.
Yeah.
Because you see him in at like ringside on his phone and stuff, and then he goes back there and they're chatting away, and Logan Paul they're coming and Logan Paul's on his phone, like it's obviously charging and he's videoing whatever Pierce is saying, and then they walk away and he goes go for Adam. That call comes, and then later on in the show we'll just cover it all at the same time. It makes more sense. Later on in the show, they have another segment backstage, and he
Yeah.
tells them that he wants to speak to Braun Breaker, but face to face, man to man in the ring. And he says, "Is that?" And Heyman alludes, "Is that anything to do with a phone call?" But then I can't remember which podcast or YouTube thing he was on this week. But Heyman said whoever it was that given the phone call, he didn't go into details who it was, but even Triple H is afraid of this person. So that will be interesting to see where that goes. Everything else.
It better not be the return of Vinnie Mac.
No, I'm either thinking. So some folk are thinking it's Scott Steiner because obviously that's his uncle. Some folk are thinking it's him because obviously him and Triple H had beef before. But mate, I've no fucking clue. I can't figure out in my head myself where it goes.
Even
Welcome back
Scott
to the
Steiner, I
party,
don't
Jay.
think that's
Yes,
the
I like
person
that.
Adam Pearce is afraid of.
Well, could it be a work to bring The Rock back? Is what Jay just said.
Well,
Yes,
I know that.
Saudi Arabia, because obviously when not the Rumble, but when Mania's there, they want to. The Saudi people are offering obviously him whatever to potentially thingy in a match. So whatever money he wants, if he wants to fight in a match, that would be
Here,
interesting.
could it be a ruse to bring Stone Cold back?
It could well be, mate. It could well be. Anyway,
Because Stone Cold could become the new sheriff in town again.
Yes, he could actually. Very
I
much.
mean, I
so.
wouldn't mind that.
I wouldn't mind that either, mate. 100%.
But we do not allow him to go out on an RV scooter ever again to the crowd. 'Cause we don't want to. We
Oh
don't
man,
want
don't, John, fucking hell. So we obviously get Rihio, hyping up Rio, hyping up Saturday night main event, and obviously Liv Morgan and that come out. Now I'm telling you, I'm loving the fact that we are like a week away and we almost have most of the Rumble participants now because a lot of folk have started declaring for the Rumble, which is very good.
even
So
on social
obviously,
media.
they decided that they were going to be in the Rumble, and then obviously Raquel and all that their team, and then they've had a little feud in the ring, which I thought was a really good build towards Saturday night main event because what happens on Saturday night main event. And yes, you are correct. Io Sky though, Jay. Wow, she can do no fucking wrong. In between all this, I'm not sure if it's here or there, but Asuka and Kyrie Sane, mate, that's going somewhere. That is going somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
From the backstage
I
segment, it's like, where is the fact that it's like, it looks like Kyrie is absolutely a fucking afraid. You know what I mean? And she's, at the final point, and when they were doing their segment, it was like, "Don't make me shout at you again." And I'm thinking, oh, and yes, Jay's thinking the same as me. He can see them splitting up.
I can see I thingy Kyrie joining forces with Rhea and Sky.
That I would be happy with that. So I know I did two things in together. So thoughts on their segment, and then I'm all declaring for the Rumble, and then thoughts on the backstage stuff with Kyrie and that as well, boys.
I thought it was a pretty good segment. Like you said, it's hyping up the tag team title match for Saturday night's main event. I'm still not fond of the Judgment Day. I think they should be veering off to split and go their
Yes,
separate ways.
yes, I agree.
But I'm hoping Rio retain the titles for Saturday night's main event.
John?
But the backstage segment,
Oh, sorry, fuck. Yeah, sorry, carry on.
I think if Kyrie Sane is going to turn on Asuka, say, right, fuck this, I've had enough.
Yeah.
I think that trigger might be pulled at the Rumble.
Oh, no, I like that. I do like that, actually.
Because the way I'm thinking, it could start at the Rumble where Kyrie Sane accidentally eliminating Asuka.
Yeah.
Or
And
Rose Reverse.
Asuka literally goes off in one and drags Kyrie Sane over.
Nice. I like that. Right, John, and then I've got a comment from.
I like you both said. I like how they're typing up the women's tag division in the match for Saturday night's main event. And I think if they do break off Kyrie Sane and Asuka, I think that if she does join up with Rio and Sky, I think they could be called Rio Sane.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, I'm loving the fact that there's so much going on in the one
Yeah,
segment.
100%, mate. Now, obviously, excuse me, Jay replied, said, I would make a new group, Io, Kyrie, and bring Julia over from SmackDown, and his life would be complete. So, I feel so sorry for Javon, man. Feel so fucking sorry for him. Right, because this was his, first proper match on the Raw roster?
Yeah.
Or second proper match, I can't remember. But to be going up against El Grande Americano, obviously the match didn't end, obviously because Javon got an injury, but Americano obviously wins by forfeit. But see until Zach I can't remember at what point he got that injury, but you knew someone had gone wrong because for ages you could just. At this point I didn't see Jessica Kyle, the official, saying, "Look, we need to," because Javon was in the corner for so long, and I'm thinking, is something else meant to be going on here in this match?
Yeah,
If you know what I mean. And then
yeah,
she said to him, "Look, leave him." I think they were trying to assess to see if he could continue. And so he was just in the ring, just posing about and like bopping and stuff. And I'm thinking, right, what's going on? And I don't know about you two. I know Javon's injured. I'm gutted for him. It was good until whenever I thought that was going to be a really good match
well,
until the injury happened.
yeah,
But I think it took. I know they've got to assess and everything, but I think there was nothing there to fill. If you know what I mean? Because what was
yeah.
going on, he was in the corner for a long time before, and then they rang the bell, and I'm like, oh, okay, the match has ended because he's injured, legitimately, fair enough. So I'm hoping it's nothing too serious. It's going to keep Javon out for a long time. If you know what I mean?
Well, according to reports, they had him in concussion protocol,
Right. Okay.
but it's not he's not had a full on concussion.
Right. Okay. Like it's me.
Um,
Like with that, as I say, I was gutted because we know how much we love him, right?
yeah,
And
yeah,
for that to happen on Raw and everything else, I just felt like even for El Grande Americano, like I felt for both of them because whatever the story they were telling, it was getting to the point where it needed to, but then the injury happened. If you know what I mean.
yeah.
Thoughts, Alex? Because John's giving me his thoughts already.
Um, I thought it was a pretty good match up until the point that Javon get injured.
Yeah,
I mean, I cannot praise Javon high enough
yeah,
because
totally.
he is that good.
Yeah.
But for him to sustain an injury the way he did is gut wrenching.
Yeah. 100%.
And like you, we're all gutted for Javon,
Yep.
and hopefully he has a speedy recovery.
Yes, 100%. Main event of the evening. Now, obviously, going backwards and forwards throughout the whole night, there was different segments because obviously it was in Ballard country. And I am gutted. I am so gutted we didn't get who we were all thinking we were going to get. But I loved that we got his old music back, and then he came out and did the pose and did the pose on the ring. Is that them telling us that it's possible that he's going back down that road, or was it just because he was in Belfast? If that makes sense. But mate, what a match! For me, I think it's over everything. I think it was match. This was match of the night for me because he pushed Punk to the fucking limit. And you could see, yeah, I get why they've kept the belt on Punk, but it would have been nice for him because he's there in Belfast. I know it doesn't always work like that. I know this, but it would have been nice for him to get that win because you could see it. It just even after, and you're thinking, Punk's got the belt. They've put the graphic up. He's standing there. And because they've done it to us so many times, so I pay attention to things now, right? I pay attention. So when they put the stuff up saying, "Oh, executive producer says Triple H Lee fitting," and then they did the logo across. I'm thinking they've still not got the feed. Something else is going down here, and I thought that he was because it still hadn't cut off, and the way Finn was looking pissed because obviously he didn't get the win. And I'm thinking he's going to wait to go back in that ring and attack Punk, and then nothing like that happened, and it ended. And I'm like, oh, okay. But I think there's still legs there with him and Punk going forward. I totally do. Because he took him to the limit. And I don't think Punk expected that from Finn, if you know what I mean. Thoughts,
Yeah.
Alex?
Um, well, I do agree with you on this being match of the night.
100%, mate.
Um, but I was kind of disappointed because when Finn Balor said he wasn't coming alone, we all thought it was the Demon.
Hmm.
That was the only bit I was gutted at. And then, because it's in Belfast, I quickly realised that he is not alone because he's in his home country with his fans.
Yeah.
Um, but I was expecting him to attack Punk after the match.
Mate, just because how the way
But
I didn't have it. I think it's coming, but it's just because the way they've left stuff before, and we as
yeah,
fans have started to pay attention to when they do these things, and the fact that it still hadn't cut off. If you know what I mean.
Aye.
Your thoughts, John?
um,
Sorry.
Like you both said, absolutely gutted he never brought the demon out. But this just goes to show that Finn Balor does not need the Judgment Day.
100%, mate.
yes,
100%.
He put on an absolute classic against Punk, and
Yeah.
I just hope the next match that we get is just as good as the first.
Oh no, definitely. And Jay has agreed with us. Said easily match of the night. I've got a stupid
Oh,
theory.
absolutely.
Finn was looking pissed, but look at the stage. I think this could be the start of him leaving the Judgment Day. He could ask, "Where were they?" That's it. Because obviously
That's
they
a
come out.
class
That is
thought.
it. That is a good point. That is a very good point. And stuff. But yeah, all in all, I definitely think it can't be argued that was definitely a match
But
of the night. Go on.
I would laugh if he came out and he used a Corey Graves saying, "Where were you, Minecraft head?"
Well, that would be quite funny, actually. It would be. So, moving on to NXT on Tuesday evening. Show opens now. Obviously, we have a lot of new upcoming talent within NXT now. Obviously, Eli. So we get Ethan Page versus Elio Lafleur. If I'm correct, that might be
Yeah.
wrong, but he
Yeah.
was in Evolve, and he is now part of the NXT roster, I believe.
Yep.
And the same with, because
Yep.
obviously I'm just going to put it out there. We'll get them to the card later on. We've got Sean Legacy versus
Sean Legacy.
Sean Legacy and Eli Knight.
Yeah.
They're also now part of the NXT brand.
Yeah. Shawn Michaels went down to Evolve the week before,
Okay.
after Evolve finished taping, and you get to see him say to Shawn Legacy, "Look, you're not in Evolve anymore. You're moving up to the NXT roster," and it was actually
Nice.
good to see.
That is very good to see. So yeah, I thought solid match. Great pop for Eli Fleur. Only thing, obviously, I know he did the backstage segment. Only thing for me is his mask. I think he needs a better mask. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
But all in all, to go up against Ethan Page. Now, this wasn't a qualifier, was it? Because I know there was qualifiers throughout the evening for the.
not that I'm
No,
aware of.
right. Okay, that's fine.
No.
So, all in all, going up against Ethan, first match, Ethan being a total fucking heel. But to see, because obviously I watched Evolve and I followed what he did in Evolve, and I'm happy now, like say with the other guys that have now been brought from Evolve,
Yeah.
and are now
Oh,
getting
yeah.
to showcase. Like, yes, if you've watched Evolve, you've been able to see what these guys and girls have done. But to
Oh,
now be getting
absolutely.
to now be getting to see them like every week on a Tuesday night is absolutely just the sky's the limit for them. And no disrespect, obviously Page won, but I think he still put up a good fight against Page, and I don't think Page was expecting much of it, if you know what I mean.
Mm.
Thoughts, Alex? We'll go with you first.
I thought it was a pretty good match. I do like the fact that some of the Evolve stars are coming up to NXT and they're getting their chances.
Mm-hmm.
But Eli definitely took it to Ethan Page. And I think you're right. I think Ethan was not expecting that.
No.
He was just thinking this is going to be a walkover, a walk in the park.
Yeah. John, your
But
thoughts, my friend?
So I'm going to be cynical here. I like how they're bringing talent from Evolve and evolving them to the NXT roster.
Oh my word.
So,
He's
but no, like you both said, he's shown that he could put up a fight against Ethan and hang with the best.
Yep.
And like, I just can't wait to see them flourish even more.
Yeah,
even the other guys that have been brought up from Evolve.
no,
I mean,
100%.
they've all evolved into their own character.
Oh my God, you went there for fuck's sake, man. Too many puns were evolved, John. Jesus. Right, anyway. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, because I may be wrong. But the next match, Josh Briggs and Shiloh Hill, that was a qualifier for the
Yeah,
ladder
that was a
match coming up
qualifier.
here.
Yeah, that was a
That's right.
qualifier.
That's fine. I'm just making sure I'm not mucking up here, boys. Again, great to see because he was on LFG, John. Correct me if I'm wrong, Shiloh Hill.
Yes, he was the winner
was a
of season
runner-up.
2. Oh no, he was a runner-up.
And now, obviously, part of the NXT brand. So,
Yeah.
great to see it. And to go up against like Josh Briggs, who we all know what Josh Briggs can do, is just phenomenal. And very pleasantly surprised because I'm not going to lie, I was not expecting Shiloh Hill to win, but he did. I was expecting Briggs to go and be in this tournament that they've created for the vacated NXT Championship.
But
So
remember, Aaron, we have the Toothless Aggression era, baby.
yes, I know we have the toothless aggression era, baby. So, but yeah, you know what? It's good to see, and I'm liking how the way that the same as the way Raw is, and sometimes like NXT is completely surprising me now with what they're doing with different talent and the fact that they've
Yeah.
got these guys. And I like the way Ethan Page was expected to be a walkover. I was expecting Josh Briggs to win this match hands down. If you know what I mean, I really was. So I was surprised watching it and thinking, okay, I'm happy. It's an upcoming talent, and he's progressing to that ladder match, and we'll get to see where that goes with everybody else when he faces them. Thoughts, John, this time?
Like you said, I thought it would have been a walkover for Jensen Brook. Josh Briggs, sorry,
Josh.
not Jensen Brook.
See, thing is, he's butchered something first before me. There we go.
I know.
Me?
So, yeah, but no, like Hill, he's got the talent. He's got the talent there. He's got the moveset, and yeah, I think Toothless Aggression is going to be running wild on NXT soon.
Oh my God! Right, Alex, on you go.
Like you both said, this was a great match with Josh and Shiloh. I was just gutted that Shiloh didn't lose another tooth.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly that. We move on to Swipe Right versus Chase U. Now, these guys are the Vanity Project, and they are now aligned with Mr. Page, and they've just officially, not that long, signed up with like moved to the brand, like got signed and
Yeah.
stuff. So, obviously, Swipe Right won. Take us away, Alex. You could start for a change.
I thought the match was pretty decent. But Swipe Right, it makes them sound like they're straight from Tinder.
Yeah, exactly, mate.
But the match itself was pretty good. Also, it went back and forth between the two of them, but the right team won.
Yeah,
And I quite enjoyed it.
John.
So all I'm going to say is swipe right, swipe left on Chase U.
Oh my God! Wow. No,
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I agree with you, Alex. I thought it was very, very good. Looking forward to seeing obviously where it goes, and then because obviously there's been throughout the thing.
It just raises another question. How many of Swipe Right are on Tinder?
Exactly that, mate. And obviously, but after the match, obviously there was a segment, because obviously Tony D'Angelo has been involved in different things, and you see Ava was showing backstage saying that she was calling the cops on Mr. D'Angelo. I think it's a smart move, them being aligned with Ethan Page, and it's just going to help them get so much better. I think at what they're doing. Oh mate, oh this promo, fuck me. I'm going to have to stop, right? John, start me with Jada Parker's promo because I've got so much to say about it.
Oh, yeah, when she come out, the crowd was so fucking wild for her.
But bear in mind, right before it, sorry, there's a there's a segment where backstage,
Yeah,
and before she goes out, she hears the crowd pop because the crowd knows she's coming out. So she
yeah.
comes out, she walks to the ring, she gets in, and you could actually physically see the emotion in her face that she was not expecting that from the crowd.
Yeah.
Carry on, sorry.
But no, I love how passionate and how emotionally like she was with the crowd,
Yeah,
and the passion that she cut the promo with is going to make her go right to the fucking very top.
100%. But bear in mind what happened during that promo, though.
I know she got attacked.
The lights dropped. She got
Yeah,
interrupted from the crow's nest. So
yeah,
Blake Monroe was up on the crow's nest and interrupted her.
yeah.
And they talked trash to each other backwards and
Yeah,
forwards.
she verbally got attacked by Blake Monroe.
Yeah, yes.
Is what I was meaning. And but when she like when her and Blake have this match,
Oh, mate, that's going to be an awesome
it is
fucking
going to
match.
be fire.
Alex, I don't need to add anymore because I'm happy she's back, and the fact that the emotion, as John said, and then just what's going on with her and Monroe. What I will say is when that match happens, I think it's going to be on whether it be NXT or wherever it is. That for me, that match alone will be match of the night if it's booked correctly.
I
Right,
think it'll
Alex,
be a
on you
lights out
go,
match.
my friend.
um, I thought the segment was really good. Probably one of the best segments of the night.
Yeah, 100%, mate.
Because, like you said, the pop that Jada Parker got when she was backstage and when she came out was probably one of the loudest we've heard in NXT.
Yes, 100%. Like the
For a
first,
while,
yeah,
anyway.
and
For a
a while
while.
anyway, 100%.
Um, but when the lights went out, I automatically thought someone's going to come in that ring and attack her,
That's what I thought as well, mate.
which
100%.
was which probably what everyone else was thinking. But
Yeah,
what we didn't expect was Blake Monroe standing where she was,
yes,
Yeah.
and then just the promo back and forth between the two of them. I think Jada Parker got the better part of that promo.
no, I agree. Totally
Oh,
agree.
100%.
Totally agree. So we already alluded to obviously Sean Legacy and Eli Knight now
Yeah.
being part of NXT, and they fought in a qualifying match for the upcoming ladder match for the NXT title. Um, Obviously they showed mutual respect because they've worked together before. But again,
Yeah.
during this match, Mr. D'Angelo turned up again and took out both competitors once the match was over. And obviously Ava came down with fake cops who had no
What
badges, but
was this?
Tony allowed himself to be handcuffed.
Yeah. Was this before or after they showed the video package of
Over.
a certain commentator getting um not not physically bullied but verbally bullied by an LFG guy that's got a match next week? Well, this
Um,
coming week.
it could probably be, mate, but you can carry on because you can mention the commentator because I completely fucking forgot all about that. Go for it.
So there was a segment where Booker T was getting goaded by Vic Joseph,
That's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I have never seen Booker back down or be so fucking silent when he is being goaded. Because normally he's giving it
Yeah, 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 yeah.
back and forward, but he just completely shut down.
Oh, really? Wow. That shows how much I didn't
So
pay attention to that.
and it's going the match. If I think it's next, I think it's this week. The match happens,
Uh-huh.
and if I think this is going the way it's going, I think
Uh-huh.
we could see Booker T getting his GI Joe gear on and having a match with this person in NXT.
Mate, that I could see, and that would be a fucking class match. So obviously, yeah, brilliant match, and obviously Sean Legacy moves on to the ladder
Yeah,
match for the vacated title, and I'm just seeing both of these guys now being on the NXT brand. It's just absolutely brilliant because obviously with what we've we've watched them on Evolve, and the more they work on NXT, the better they're going to get, I think.
Oh yeah,
And the
100%.
fact that Sean Lex has been there for a little while, but now that the fact that Ava's informed both of them that they're now they're part of the NXT brand, I think is brilliant. Thoughts, Alex, before you take another guzzle of juice?
Yeah, I thought the match was extremely good, but we knew very well Tony D'Angelo was going to get involved because he's already interfered earlier on in the night,
Yeah,
and for me, the match itself was pretty damn good.
yeah,
Again, it's the Evolve superstars coming up, and like you said, it was the mutual respect the two of them had because they worked together. Um, but I can see Tony D'Angelo getting involved in this.
totally, mate, 100%.
The
I'm
way this
also,
is going,
yeah, totally,
it's he'll come back and he'll be put in a match to qualify.
yeah, I agree, mate, totally.
Or could you attract one of the participants when before one of the matches take their spot and then win the qualifier?
Could well do
I
as
mean, it's
well.
possible.
That is very possible, but here's another. It's completely taking everything else out of the box. But could there potentially will they allow Eli to keep his name because we already have LA night? So are they going to potentially make that change and stuff?
To be honest, I can see the name change coming.
Because well, look, mate, like when if you right now, if you go and both of you, right, whilst we're on call before we go to the next one, go and search on Google Eli Knight, his name, and look at whose name comes first.
LA, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. If you type his, it's LA Knight's name that comes first. I mean, I only
Yeah.
figured that out for whilst I was checking stuff, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, what the heck? So that's why it's made me think, are they going to potentially do that? I'm hoping not, because he's had it through Evolve. If you know
I
what I mean.
know this is going to sound stupid, but could they call him Eli?
Yeah, they could do.
See in my Google,
Yeah,
Eli Knight's the first one that comes up for me.
fair enough. So right, moving on to the main event. Too late. The main event of the evening is Ren QCC versus Fatal Influence versus Zai Ruke, and this match was to determine the next contenders for the TNA Knockout Championships. If I'm correct.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What a fucking match, boys! Honestly.
And you had the Elegance brand
Yeah.
person sitting in ringside.
Yes, they were exactly right. John, since you started, take us away. Thoughts?
I absolutely loved this match. There was times where I thought Zarya was gonna, flick that switch.
Like we're still getting that tease.
Yeah, because she tagged herself in,
Mm-hmm.
and so Ruka was like, "What are you doing? Why are you doing that? I was in control, and you didn't need to do that."
Yeah,
And then they were also tweaking with a shoulder injury as well,
yeah,
which I thought was a smart move.
100%, mate.
But I do reckon that the Elegance brand are going to have a fight on their hands when this match comes around.
Oh yeah, 100%. Because right, I think the right people won the match, and that it was like you. I thought you were gonna. You had that moment, like what they're still doing with fucking Cody, and it's pissing me off. We had that moment where they give the usual tease, but I thought, no,
Yeah,
what, brilliant match, and it sets it up for when this match comes around. And but I could potentially see Zairuka win the TNA Knockout Championships.
yeah, oh yeah, 100%.
Thoughts, Alex?
for me, this was easily match of the night.
Totally, 100%, mate.
But
Yep.
the bit it did it for me, the double soul snatcher.
Yes.
Oh
was-
yeah.
That
Oh.
was amazing.
Yeah. Right, I'm sitting there thinking, how the fuck have they perfected that together at the same time and getting it on point to get to where they needed to get to as well? And I'm like, wow.
If it wasn't for that move, that match would be absolute nothing.
100%.
But
Totally,
that move made the whole match.
Yeah.
100%.
So, okay then. Was that your match of the evening as well, John?
Absolutely.
Moving on to
Agreed.
Friday Night SmackDown. Sami Zayn promo for the hometown hero from Canada. Take us away, John, because Alex is drinking.
I like so my theory and thoughts were absolutely correct. 100% correct.
Yeah, because what happened last night, I agree.
Yeah.
But we'll not
I-
flounder that too much.
I am I'm happy for Sammy because he deserves to have his flowers.
hmm
But I have a theory for the Rumble because we all know that he's going now facing Drew for the title.
Yeah.
So I think what's going to happen is I think they'll have Sammy lose the match.
He'll enter the Rumble and win the Rumble and get the pop. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And then he gets his Mania match with whoever's holding that championship at Mania.
I agree, mate. Spoiler alert, anyway, but there we go. But no, yeah, 100%, mate. Brilliant promo. But what I loved how, because you had him having these promos, then you had other guys that are involved in the match getting involved and chatting away as well. And then you hear, you see him later on with Drew saying, "Stay out of my match" and everything else. I just thought he got the pop deserved because it was his hometown, and I'm looking forward to what happens at the Rumble because, yeah, I know he wasn't going before him and Kevin Owens weren't going to Saudi, but the Saudi Arabians over there love him. So I think they're going to make the switch and they are actually going to let him take the belt. I've just got that. If he doesn't do it that way, he'll get the. If he doesn't do it with Drew, he will definitely get the big pop with the Rumble by winning the Rumble.
Yeah.
Alex, your thoughts, my friend?
I thought it was a pretty solid promo.
Yeah.
If anything, Sammy deserves this match
Oh,
because he's worked his
100%.
ass off.
Totally, mate.
But for everyone else to get involved, like Trick, I believe Damien get
Damien
involved as well.
Priest, yeah.
Yeah,
Trick
Damien.
Damien.
Orton.
And it just ended in an all-out brawl between the three of
Which
them.
is what was brilliant. You know what I mean?
Do you know, right? So I don't think this is me putting out there, right? I know we're going backtracking like to
Mhm.
pandemic era, but I don't think the bloodline would have been as popular as what it was if we didn't have Sami Zayn going off script and saying stuff like, "Oh, you weren't feeling very oosty," or
Yes.
the handshake, or Jay's my brother.
No, John, I totally agree. 100%. Carmelo Hayes versus Eli Dragunov for his belt. For me, easy. I've got two things. Easy match tonight, but I have a segment at evening also, so I'm being greedy. But I think this was match tonight for me, 100%.
Match of the night, easy.
And it was just, you know what? Anytime I see these two fight, you know what you're getting from them, and stuff. And I still don't think the feud with the two of them's over. I think they could still run it back again, and Eli will win the belt back. But honestly, some of the stuff that both of them did in this match, fuck me. Right, I'm 40, right, and I'm like thinking to myself, yeah, I'm not a wrestler, but I'm watching it thinking, holy shit. I wish I could do some of that athletic shit that these guys are doing, if you know what I mean. But honestly, I can't see any more because
Yeah.
for me, hands down match of the night. Sorry, John.
Do we get Miz in a shark cage so he doesn't fucking
Oh
interfere
fuck yeah, I
this time?
forgot about him because he was there. So that's going to happen. He's going to face Carmelo at some point for this belt, 100%, because he was at ringside at one point.
Yeah, he interfered in the match and helped Carmelo win.
He did, yes. Whereas Carmelo didn't really want his help. Right,
No,
anyway, your thoughts.
I like you said, easily fucking match of the night. One of the best, one of the best matches. You know, you're going to get a good match with Carmelo Hayes and Ilya Dragunov. Um, but I would like to see a TLC triple threat between Ilya Dragunov, The Miz, and Carmelo Hayes to see what these combustible elements will do in a TLC's combustible match.
I like the thought of that. Alex.
Um, like you said, this was easily match of the night, but you knew the minute the Miz was ringside, he was going to do something.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that pissed me off about that whole match was his interference.
Yes.
By far, the match itself, best match of the night,
Mm-hmm.
but I just did not like the way it ended.
Yeah, no, I agree. It didn't
And
need.
I can see the Miz and Carmelo either facing off at the Rumble or the Chamber.
I could easily see that as well. You know what I mean? But you know that his record with Dragunov had a 3-2-1 record against Hayes, like and stuff. So um, it's just mental because obviously they drew. Because remember when they were in NXT going for the Speed Championship, they drew in that match
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff. So it's mental, mate, to think that they've been with each other for so long, and now they're cutting it up on SmackDown Live each week. It's just phenomenal, if you know what I mean. Now, this for me, this segment, this was my segment of the night because it gives you the tease that we're still wanting. Like this sit down interview with him and fucking Jacob Fatu,
Okay.
Cody Rhodes and Jacob Fatu was just the way it was done and how he got in his face and he got Jacob did exactly the same. It shows what they were building towards for Saturday Night Main Event, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I have something to talk about when we get there because we're almost there for our Saturday Night Main Event, but we're still getting the tease, and they really, really just need to fucking do it and just fucking turn Cody heel. Get it done and get it out the
Just
fucking
run.
way.
Yeah, just run with it.
Because it's driving me insane that we keep getting it and nothing's there. Alex, thoughts?
Like you said, this was definitely the segment of the night.
Yeah.
Cody and Jacob sitting down in each other's faces. But like you, I'm getting pissed off because
Mhm.
that switch is waiting
Yeah.
for Cody to turn heel. We know it's there. We've seen snippets the past month,
Yeah.
and when that happens,
Sky's the
we're
fucking
going
limit.
to see dark haired Cody again.
Yeah. What I thought with it was how like they go into each other's personal life with it and how Cody brought up the fact that Fatu had stuff with that he'd been to prison and stuff. And I
Yeah, he brought
thought,
up his criminal record.
you know what I mean? I thought, wow, he's actually went there. And I think this is what's great with creative now. If you've had shit go on in your personal life before, as long as the character you're working with is okay for you to use that as ammunition in your feud, great. But whereas
Yeah.
others aren't, like whereas before we wouldn't get, yeah, we as fans know that Jacob had these issues and stuff, right? Because obviously we've watched them and we knew about it. But to actually then throw that off in a promo, I'm thinking, holy fucking shit. Fair enough. John, thoughts?
I like really enjoyed it, like how the fact that like he delved into his personal life and like you said, like I know in the past we wouldn't have got so much
Yeah, yeah,
stuff like that. But whereas like when I know we're going off topic here, but when the Usos cut a promo on Xavier Woods being about Paige,
yes, yes.
you know, we had that, but that was okay because they worked together on that.
Yeah, no, exactly. 100%.
And I'm glad I'm glad that Cody and Jacob worked together to put that together
Yeah, no, 100%.
because it just goes to show that whatever happens in your personal life, it can be used
Yeah,
against you on a promo.
exactly. And it's great to see that even though we know this, it's great to see that we're getting to they're letting them run with it and use it.
Feud.
Yeah. So next match of the evening was Chelsea Green versus Jade Cargill. But obviously, Green was shown to recruit Jordana
Julia?
Grace to join her Secret Service.
Oh yeah, Jordana Grace, yeah.
And that Grace only agreed to that so she could be present at the match, obviously.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's boiling down to we're going to get Cargill versus Jordana Grace for her belt, 100%.
Yeah.
That's the way they're building this towards, and I think they're trying to see with what they're doing together. Like obviously Jade and then Jordan herself when they go
Yeah.
up against people, but trying to see how they two come together and the combustible element and how they can work it as a promo and stuff for them.
Do
Obviously,
you think they're maybe doing this with each other, and then they're going to see maybe bite the bullet and give her the win of the Rumble?
that's what I was thinking, mate. Well, I think it was a great match, and I love Chelsea Green so much, and the fact that she has paid her dues and everything else that she's done, and all that jazz. But she'll do anything she's asked for the company. Like she'll put over talent. Doesn't matter who it is. Obviously, yes, she won the match. She let Jade win. It was a non-title match and everything else. But I thought, all in all, it was a good match, and it was. I think that's building further for them later on.
Yeah. She'll even allow herself to be creamed on.
Oh my God! Right, Alex, your thoughts? Oh fuck me, man.
Oh, she's never going to live that down, is she?
No, she's not, because she's been creamed on by a pie. She's completely not going to live that down.
However, like you said, I love Chelsea Green.
Yeah, so much.
She is so funny, whether it's out the ring, in the ring. But the match wasn't the greatest.
No, definitely not.
And I'm certainly not a fan of Jade Cargill
Mhm.
because she's not defended that belt yet.
Yes, but is that because the way she's been booked and that's why she's not defended the belt? I'm not saying, and whatever. And that, so yeah. Sorry, people have just come home to say they've got bags that we left at my mother-in-law's from New Year. So then we're moving on to the Wyatt Six versus MFTs. Now, what I've thought right about this was weird, and I get why they didn't do it. But the MFTs that weren't fighting weren't in war paint. Not all the MFTs were in war paint. Some were, some weren't, and stuff. Now, I I don't know why. But I don't think this feud is over because obviously we now have new SmackDown Tag Team Champions because the MFTs have the belts. I just didn't understand why. I get maybe why, but I'm hoping with the Wyatt Six they get to take the thing to the next level with all their egos and stuff, and we eventually do get to see Bo, because he's got Bray stuff gear there. We eventually get to see Bo evolve into that and stuff.
Yeah.
But for me, I just, I don't know. I thought the match was okay, but I wasn't expecting the belt change, if that makes sense.
Yeah. You know what would be cool,
Yeah, go on, John. Seeing as
right? Is if at the Royal Rumble they, well, I know it's a bit
that's from
too
Smart.
late. I know it's a bit too late to be planning this now, but could we have a House of Horrors tag team championship match?
Oh,
Where,
now
like,
that I
you
like
know,
the sound of that. It's from
yeah,
Smart.
it's been evolving in my head like since Friday there, because I watched the match and I didn't really enjoy it because of how it ended.
Yeah.
But it's evolving the heel characters, and it's showing their persona as great heel characterization.
Yeah, no worries. Right, Alex, your thoughts, and I'll give Jay's comment.
Yeah, this wasn't a good match for me.
No.
I mean, if you look at the last time the MFTs faced off against the Wyatts, the 8-man tag,
Mm-hmm.
that was by far the worst match.
Yeah.
This was not as bad as the 8-man tag, but I do feel the feud has run its course.
Keep the kitchen and I'll get it after.
I think John's onto something with the match proposal,
Yeah, no, definitely.
but for that kind of match, the Wyatts need to get that lantern back.
They do. And Undisputed Jay's came back and said, "We will see him. We just need to believe." Oh man, I was reaching. That's why I see when I'm muting myself, because I thought I'm going to laugh out loud here. I thought I am so going to laugh out loud. We get Nathan Fraser versus Johnny Gargano, and obviously Nathan Fraser wins this match, but Nathan Fraser wins this match because of outside interference from a certain Candice LeRae, because Johnny's there and she actually punches a hubby in the face, and then they get the pin, which I thought, no what?
Yeah.
Brilliant fucking booking, right? Whoever came up with this idea, absolutely fucking brilliant,
And you're
right?
not talking about how she managed to punch Johnny Gargano in the face.
Yes. But whoever came up with that decision to let it happen, and him, obviously, because husband and wife, I get that. But for him to allow it to go down like that as well, to lose the match, and then Nathan get the mask back as well, I thought, fucking brilliant storytelling, that whole thing. And I'm sitting there, like, watching it, and I'm like, wait a minute, what? And then I seen it, I was like, she's fucking. I had to actually rewind it back, because I'm thinking she didn't just cost him the match by actually fucking punching him in the pus. And then I was like, oh yeah, she did. I was like, okay, right, Alex, go for it.
I thought this was a fun match. It wasn't the greatest, it wasn't the worst,
Mm-hmm.
but it was still really fun just with the antics that happened during that match.
Mm-hmm.
And then you seen Axiom coming around to get his mask back.
Mm-hmm.
But what he did with that mask, literally put it over Candice LeRae's head,
Yeah.
which caused the punch to Johnny Gargano, which I was laughing at.
Yeah. Brilliant, man.
But that's it. It was an okay match.
John.
I've seen similarities between two different companies here,
Okay.
Oh dear.
because Marina Shafir and Roderick Strong just done a similar same segment. But I think WWE done it way better and way comedic betterly than AEW, because they've obviously had to, say, look, we want to do this spot, and because you're husband and wife, you need to agree on it.
Yeah.
But like Alex said, it was an okay match, but it wasn't the best and it wasn't the worst.
Yeah. Totally.
But I did love the finish.
Yeah. Same. We get Drew McIntyre segment. Alex, take us away.
I'm loving Drew McIntyre's run.
Yeah.
His segment was really good, well written.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Jacob came down as well.
He mocked obviously Cody and their segment from earlier. He spoke about the four men who are against them, and he wished Williams luck, but talked some trash about Orton and Priest. I think he did come out, but with the promo.
The promo was well written. Like I said, I'm loving everything they're doing with Drew.
Yeah,
now.
I am, mate, and it's
And-
about goddamn well fucking time.
Yeah.
Because like he carried the company during the pandemic era and stuff. And I know we spoke about it last week when we spoke about fucking for hours about loads of different shows, if you know what I mean. But
Oh
the
yeah.
fact that when he got the win, and I was in shock, the fact that he got it with the fans, and there was no one to cash in on him. There was no one to do this to him, and I'm like thinking, holy shit. He's got the belt, and the fact what he's doing and what they're allowing him to do with it as well, I think is absolutely fucking phenomenal. But I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a short promo, but it delivered what it needed to deliver for what happens on Saturday Night Main Event. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Right, John, your thoughts?
Like you said, like the promos don't need to be long. They could be just like a simple short time on the mic. But Drew's absolutely killing it at the moment. Like
Yeah.
his mic skills are
Oh
there.
yeah.
He's got the physique, he's got the talent, he's got the move set, he's got the charisma to go out there and just put on a goddamn slobber knocker match.
Yeah. Jay's came back in. AEW, I'm saying nothing. Ha ha. That's because what we're alluding to what happened in the Nathan Fraser match, obviously.
Yeah.
Um,
But I cannot wait to see Drew versus Sammy. It's been a long time coming,
yes.
and I think Drew, the build up to that match, I think Drew's gonna, allude to the bloodlines antics with what they used to do when they were in the bloodline.
Yeah,
of course.
no, totally agree. And then we move on to Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss versus Julia and Kiana James versus Legend and Jax. Now, this match, I believe, was for number one contenders match. So, obviously, yes, they face Roxanne and Liv on Saturday Night Main Event. So, I'm assuming this match will take place of whoever are the winners of that match at the Royal Rumble. I'm assuming.
So, yeah.
I'm not 100% sure. And yes, you are very happy. Let me get there, Jay. Let me get there, please. No, what I thought brilliant match, and I just still love the chemistry between Charlotte and Bliss. You know what I mean? And again, it's great. I'm happy we're getting to see Kiana James actually fighting and not being a mouthpiece that she had been for Julia, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's so good. Like all teams brought energy to it, but I do think the right team won. I do think it's good. It's going to be great to see what Kiana and Julia do when they go on to face whoever they face at the Rumble, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And yes, Jay, Julia, three smiley faces. There you go.
Yeah.
Alex, take us away.
I thought this was a really good match. However, I thought it was going to be the likes of Alexa and Charlotte that was going to win the match. But I did love the unexpected twist that Kiana James gets the winning pin.
Yes, and I was pleasantly surprised about that too. Very happy as well, actually.
But it was a solid match. Loved the twist at the end. And I'm just glad Nia Jax and Last Legend didn't win.
Yeah. Johnny Boy.
You know what? It gives us a fresh lick of paint to the new number one contenders, because, like I say, it's just boring seeing the same old teams getting the same old title shots. Whereas this new team that has just come together, I know she's been a mouthpiece, but we've not actually seen her wrestle in the ring.
It's been great the last couple of weeks getting to see that.
Yeah, and like you have both said, the tag division is spicing up each and every month. It's great to see.
So before we move on, Jay came back in. I would have loved for WWE to have signed Tam Nakano if she hadn't retired and reignited her and Julia's feud that they had in New Japan. But obviously, before we move on to the main event, we had obviously a backstage segment between Kit Wilson and Matt Cadona. And that's obviously alluding to that they will have a match next week. And I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes down, because Kit Wilson right now is he's running with everything that they're throwing at him. And the fact that
and he's evolving.
The fact that what he The fact that what he did last week with Matt, and Matt was happy to take that bump into the thing as well. I thought it's just brilliant. The fact that Matt's just like literally back on the thing, if you know what I mean,
Yeah.
and stuff. So now, Damian Priest versus Trick Williams. Mate, I love this match, right? Because obviously you had all the shenanigans in between it. But what I loved about it was, I don't know about his before or wherever it was, but Trick Williams was doing this. Like he's thing for Whoop My Trick. And Randy Orton
Yeah.
comes out from under the ring. And he's just going along, like Trick's doing this at the front because obviously Priest is down, and Trick's doing this, and Randy Orton's doing it facing the commentators, and then walks in the ring, boom, a KO to Trick and stuff.
Aye, does he not turn round though? Does he not
Yeah,
turn
turned
round?
around, yeah. And I thought, mate, it was class how on point and how Randy did that and everything else. I know we see it every week that we see Randy Orton because I'm loving this version of Randy because he's no taking no shit, nothing. He's enjoying doing what he's doing as a wrestler, if you know what I mean. Obviously, Priest won this match, and there was all the shenanigans that went on with everybody that's involved in the match on Saturday night, his main event. But I thought just that spot, yeah, just that spot on its, yeah, that's fine. Just that spot on its own, Alex, I thought was just class, and it's going to build for what happens on Saturday night main event. Whilst he's away for 2 minutes,
Yeah.
your thoughts on what I've just mentioned, but then the match itself.
Well, we all knew there was going to be a massive brawl at the end of this.
100%.
The match itself was really good. It was well performed by Damien and Trick.
Yeah,
I'm happy that Damien won.
100%, mate.
I'm not exactly liking Trick Williams at the moment.
No, I don't get why.
But it was the way Randy Orton delivered the RKO.
Yeah.
Like it just popped up behind him, quick tap in the shoulder on the RKO.
Yeah, I thought I was world class.
That was comical the way he did it.
Yeah, it was so brilliant how he did it like that. And then, obviously, yeah, because all the interference from backwards and forwards between him and everybody else, obviously, Priest wins via DQ. So, your thoughts, John, and then I have more to do before we go to Saturday night main event. Your thoughts on everything?
No, the whole match was. I liked how the like Trick's mouth was busted,
Mm-hmm.
and once you seen the blood, he was more aggressive. And then obviously with Randy Orton tapping him on the shoulder, doing that little dance behind him as well, and then delivering the RKO. If I'm going to say it now, one of the best RKOs I've ever seen since he returned.
Yeah, 100%. Before we move on, match of the evening, boys.
Damien Trick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
either that Damien and Trick or the women's tag match because of the twist.
Yeah. Then obviously before we move on to Saturday night main event, we get another video package for Mr. Femi. But they're still not giving away when he's coming. But I think I know when he is coming.
The Rumble.
Well,
yes, exactly, my friend.
Do you know why? Do you know why we think he's coming at the Rumble? Because they have his face imprinted
yes,
on the
I know,
wall.
mate. I know we could talk about that.
They've also got Chris Jericho's face on
yes,
that.
They've also got someone else's face on that as well. Anyway.
Are you on about Stinger?
Yes. So, I don't know if it's because they've already been there. I know, right, we could touch base on that whilst before we finish with Saturday night main event. So, Saturday night main event. The show opens with Mr. Rhodes and Mr. Fatu. Now, this is where I think we are still getting the snippet. Because if you notice, the last time Cody came out with a mask, what colour was his mask, boys?
White?
Is it not?
Yes, and what colour was his mask last night?
Black.
Exactly. So that's why I think we're still getting, because could it be that's him doing the further tease, but when he actually does turn fledgling heel with the darker hair, he's going to have that mask as well. They've started dropping slight more hints. And for me, this match, oh, fuck. The fact, I know we like as fans because we like Cody, but we need the heel turn and we need it like now.
No.
But
Yeah.
he's like, he comes down, he's got his jacket on. We don't even get, when he gets to the ring and we all go and do the wall. We don't even get that because Jacob takes him out and everything else.
Yeah.
And there's no. Because it ends in a no fucking contest just because they just keep battering the shit out of each other. And I'm thinking this is alluding to planting the seed with what we've already spoken about before, that with the attack, what happened, and it's going to come into it later on. The fact that, yes, like the same way with what happened with Jade Cargill, they're all blaming someone else, and then eventually it came to it. Naomi then snapped and said, "Yes, I did it. I'm proud," and she went full fledged on here. I think this is still going to run its course in the background with what's going on, and Drew's going to get blamed for what's happened, and then there's going to be that switch is going to flip, and they're going to pull the triggers, and Cody will be full fledged on here, and he'll say, "Yeah, I did fucking attack you, and I'm fucking proud that I did it." But for me, I don't think it needed to end the way it did because it doesn't give us anything else unless they fight again, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think the feud for the both of them is still there. But I'm just like, why did we have to end it in a no contest? If you know what I mean. John,
But
go
the
for it.
major question I have
Yep.
is who's getting the bigger fine?
Yeah, I know.
Because there is no way you're getting away with bouncing freaking street cones off your security
Mm-hmm.
and chucking them into bloody train lines and everything like that. Like, what's all that about?
I know, and I think, you know what, as well, I must give kudos to Stephanie McMahon as well. Because obviously, Joe Testros, he normally does the stuff with her to open the show. But because obviously he was elsewhere and there was issues from where he was to get to Montreal, so for her to be there and present throughout it, and then just not have an anchor with her, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
Oh,
Go on.
it's been announced. It was announced. I was meant to say this before we started. That due to travel issues, Alicia Taylor isn't able to be on Raw, so Lillian Garcia will be reprising her role
Nice.
or as the Raw
Nice.
announcer because of obviously travel
Yeah,
issues.
yeah. So we get two thoughts, Alex. Actually, because I never even asked you.
Well, to be honest, it wasn't even a match.
No,
It was just an
exactly.
all-out brawl from start to
Yeah.
finish. I do like where it's going.
Mm-hmm.
But we could potentially end up in a triple threat match between Cody, Jacob, and Drew.
And that was where I was thinking it
But
could
I
go. Yeah.
think when the Elimination Chamber comes about,
Yeah.
Jacob and Cody are going to be involved in that.
Oh, 100%. No questions asked. Well, the thing is,
Uh,
because obviously I don't think Jacob Fatu has announced himself yet for the Rumble, but I know Cody has and stuff. So could it be the same as what we alluded to earlier when two women put themselves out? That could happen and that could cement the feud with
it's possible.
Cody and that. Right, moving on. Match number 2 of the evening: Rhea Ripley and Io Sky versus Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez. Very happy. I'm glad the Judgment Day did not have the fucking belts back. Very fucking happy. Very happy indeed. I thought it was the one what I and I couldn't stop looking at it. It was when they go to do the finish, right? The match was, you know what? It was brilliant how they put this together and told the story because they've been feuding backwards and forwards
Yeah.
for so long, right? And you go to do it, and she goes to do, Liv goes to do the Oblivion, and then they get to the next point. And then I can't even remember what move it was that Liv was ready to do, But I think she's waiting to do Oblivion to Io. But Ripley's at the right point at the right time. And just when she goes there, she just tags the back. And she managed to then counter her from doing the Oblivion, gives her the rip tie. But when she pins her, she fucking literally stacks her knees are over. And it's like Liv Morgan, because she's that small, the way she's stacked over, it's like the photo you see, it's like Liv Morgan is eating her own fucking knees and stuff because it's so small. But when you see it, it's like, wait a minute, what? But again, so happy, brilliant match, and these four women work so fucking well together in the ring. And I'm looking forward now we can. I'm looking forward to seeing how Kiana James and Julia go up against them. Thoughts, Alex?
I thought this was a really good match. I
Yep.
mean, like you, I am happy as well.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want the Judgment Day having the tag
No,
titles.
same.
And I don't see them losing to Kiana James and Julia.
I don't either, mate, because you look at the connection and the way, obviously, as you say, sorry, I'm cutting you off again, how Liv plants the seeds where, like,
Yeah.
she's going to turn on you and stuff. It could still happen, but I just don't see it right now because they work so well together as a tag team.
But I love the finish because you knew there was going to be interference.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
You knew Raquel was going to come down. But it's the way Raquel interfered.
Yeah.
Like, pulled Rhea right on top of the ref.
Yeah. And then a certain someone else
then
appears too.
Stephanie Vicker comes down.
With no moon boot either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Chases
Raquel
off.
Yeah, I thought, brilliant.
The fact is, when Liv did the Oblivion,
yes,
she forgot Io wasn't legal.
Yeah.
So, great match, perfect ending, and extremely happy.
John, thoughts?
Perfect way to evolve the Oblivion.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Jesus.
Really, John?
Fucking hell. Jay, help, please. And he went again, Io. Look, smiley face, smiley face.
Yous are both correct on what you're saying. But you know how Miss Vicker came down with no moon boot on?
Yeah.
Is this her trying to, say that she wasn't injured?
Well, probably, but she was mixed. I've seen the photos of her putting it up with the bruising that she had and stuff. I get where you're going because of what happened with Seth. I get where you're going. I get where you're going because of what happened with Seth, and we'll touch base on that slightly, not too much, and stuff.
But he was at the skyscraper event.
Yes, he was, mate. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I can't wait to see what's going to happen with Julia, Kiana James, and Rio, because
Rio, yeah.
honestly, these four superstars are going to just blow the roof off.
I think so too, mate.
But
right.
I'm going to put a picture out there for everybody to see, right? And it's going to be not safe for work.
Okay. AJ Styles, you completely confused my brain too, but anyway, versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, what I loved about this, AJ put a tweet out before saying he got new gear made for the Rumble, but he decided he was going to wear it for Saturday Night Main Event as well. And I thought, you know what, this is a good fight for both of these guys because they have history from when they were in New Japan and everything else. So get to be able to see that again. But what I loved, right, during this match, so at one point, right, he had him in the calf crusher. And how long he had him in that calf crusher for, and he was talking fucking trash to put a point across to a certain Mr. You Know Who, and stuff. But yeah, for me, I'm sorry, this is my match of the night, 100%. I cannot take anything away. And even though, yes, Happy Styles won, and I hope what we spoke about earlier is not true, and what obviously Shinsuke put out as well. I hope that's not fucking true. Um, but the mutual respect shown by both of these guys to each other was just brilliant as well. And I cannot fault what they put on together in that match. Wow. It just reminded me it took me back to when they had been in New Japan, and it
Yeah.
reminded me that what they did before. John, thoughts?
Well, the last time that I seen Shinsuke versus AJ in WWE in a match was your house,
Oh yeah, yeah, fucking hell, yeah. Wow, that was ages ago.
and the way that match ended, Shinsuke actually turned heel on AJ and low blowed him.
Yep.
But I'm glad that certain Vinnie Mac isn't in charge now, because that match would have been a fumble
Yeah,
if he was still
100%,
in
mate.
charge. But the way Triple H has been booking, he's allowing them to have freelance of what they can do.
Yeah, and that's what I love about it right now.
And it just, like you said, it just took us back to the Japan days,
Hmm.
and it was an absolute classic. And I loved how I think the commentators actually got up and applauded
Hmm.
AJ at the end as well, to show respect to them as well, which was even classer.
Let's go for it.
I'm with you in this one. This was easily the match of the night.
Yeah,
The things they did back and forth during this match was some of the best work I've seen from AJ and Shinsuke Nakamura. But I also loved the mask that AJ came out in,
yeah,
which was right back to when he first faced Nakamura in New Japan.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. It's like as you say, it's like, and as you say, John, like yeah, how they all did the clap at the end, and thinking I'm looking at it thinking, please tell me they're not doing this too early, because what's coming out of the Rumble, because obviously he's put his career on the line against Gunther, and I'm hoping that's not them preempting it, and we're going to get the bore fest of fucking Gunther being a cunt and retiring another person, if you know what I mean.
Do you know what? Right, I'm gonna wholeheartedly open my hand and say this: next week, if what happens, and it goes down the way it does, I'm coming with a bunch of tissues, because I will sob my fucking heart out.
I think most of us will, mate, because he doesn't. I get, right, it would make sense because it's 10 years. If you think about it, his
Yeah,
debut in WWE was at the Rumble 10 years ago.
2016.
So, him to potentially finish his career 10 years to the day as that, but I have a theory. If he is, right, if his contract is out on the second and he's not renewing his contract and he puts his career on the line against Gunther, right? Remember, he's been popping up on TNA. WWE has a relationship with TNA. So he could, because remember, 2026 is his final year as a wrestler. That's what he said he would retire at. He didn't say when in 2026 he would retire. He just said he would retire. So could he potentially finish up with WWE, sign with TNA, and then go for that TNA World Championship and work in the independent scenes as well, and finish his career with TNA, but still be on the WWE brand as a TNA superstar?
Smart. I like that.
Not saying
I
it's
like
what's going
that.
to happen, but I just have that. If what we think is going to happen, it makes sense because he's been popping
You
up
know,
on TNA and
yeah.
he's saying he wants to go for the world title as well. So Jay has came in and said the match with Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles should have happened at WrestleMania 34, and I totally fucking agree. Final match of the evening, boys, was the main event. And it was a fatal four-way. It was Sami Zayn versus Damian Priest versus Randy Orton versus Tricky Williams. And we all know who won this match because John's already told everyone.
Yeah, thanks, John.
So, John, take us away with the match, my friend.
You know what? It started off very, very energetic, and it just built and built and built. There was times where you thought this superstar was going to win,
Yeah,
and then that superstar was, and then you just got completely confused as to where it was going at bits,
Yeah,
and then the light bulb went, "Tick-tick," and then you seen the ending happening quicker
yeah.
than anything. He goes over, he haluva kicks him, boom, 1, 2, 3, and that's it. Boom, there he is.
I don't think I need to add anything to that. I really don't. Because we all kind of called it. He's in Montreal, right?
Yeah.
The way it's been building with him and Drew backstage and everything else, I could see, obviously, yes, he's facing Drew at the Rumble, but I could see before that, because Drew's a face, or he's meant to be a face, I could see, because we're getting snippets of the Sammy heel, just the way he's going, I could see Sammy being a heel against Drew at the Rumble. I can't add anything else because you've hit everything on the head, Alex.
Um, I love this match. Like John said, it started off really energetic, but for me, the the best move of that whole match, Randy Orton's double DDT off the ropes.
Yes, and then I forgot about that, and then because they were outside as well, and did I can't remember which one, but one of the competitors, can't remember who, but they got put on it because the announce table didn't break, but they got put on it twice, and then everybody else got lifted and put on that announce table as well.
I believe that person that hit the table twice was Trick Williams.
There we go. See, I couldn't remember who because I knew it was, but I just thought, oh, that's what I'm saying. With him loving what he's doing, and that, as you say, that double DDT, and then I'm just giving it that and everything else. It's so great to see.
I was watching a vlog before we come on, and somebody had showed somebody getting their sign confiscated. Do you know what I said?
What?
A big Willie trick.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Wow.
What are we going to do with him?
I know. Fucking hell.
Yeah, I'm just.
That was
saying
just
what-
a bad joke,
That
John.
was a
Come
bad
on.
joke
It
at the
wasn't a
wrong
joke.
time.
It
Anyway,
wasn't-
right. Match of the
It
evening,
wasn't a joke.
boys.
It was an actual proper real thing.
I know it was. I've seen it. Match of the night.
Fatal 4-way.
Yep. John.
Nakamura, AJ Styles.
Nakamura, AJ Styles. Okay, now before we go, we are going to touch base. Have you both seen any of WWE Unreal Season 2 yet?
No. I've only watched the first episode of
First
season 1.
episode. Okay. Right. I know a lot of fans and a lot of folk don't like getting the backstage stuff and see, so we're not going to spoil because I've only seen the first couple of episodes, so we'll not spoil too much of anything.
I've seen the first two.
Yeah, so we'll not bother. But are you both as fans? Because obviously we've all seen season 1, but are you happy that we're getting to see this insight to see how they come to build the stories and get to where we get to, if that makes sense? Like go from season 1, right, and then
Yeah.
Are you happy we're getting to see it and happy that it's something that I don't think if Vinnie Mac was in charge, this would happen, if that makes
No,
sense.
the way I see it is right now. It's interesting to show where the ideas come from and who books it and who decides what goes where. And if a segment goes in season 1, you seen when Tiffany went off script with Charlotte, you seen
Yeah,
her getting absolutely roasted backstage for it. And I think I really do enjoy seeing that side
yeah,
of the content because it's giving fans an insight. You're actually getting to feel like you're actually part of the backstage crew.
yeah. Alex?
Well, from what I've saw, I'm loving it.
Yeah,
But it was obviously the showdown between Charlotte and Tiffany, and the whole
yeah,
divorce line came out,
yeah,
and you just seen Triple H come out and go, "That divorce line, was that scripted or was that unscripted?" And then
yeah,
you realise it was unscripted and it was a step too far.
yeah. But
But
that's, as you say, with the creator, with him coming in saying, wait, what? was that there, and then the fact that it was, and as you say, it's too far. So to interject that to show that, and then they
Yeah.
got berated for it. I thought, in a way, that's because they've not spoke about that themselves. It's just because the way they were doing that promo, which I love when they did that promo, but you could totally tell it was most of that promo when they did it. It was all off script, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you could tell like when Tiffany got backstage and Triple H asked her about were you okay with Charlotte saying Ludwig was in my DMs, and she was like, no, because at the end of the day, that's my private life.
Yeah, exactly.
I did enjoy seeing the likes of whoever produces the matches
Yeah,
calling it as the match happens.
yeah, and I
Yeah.
think that's a good insight to see because the fact, like,
Yeah.
that you're getting, you're seeing Abyss, right? Which I completely forgot that he was still heavily involved in booking matches for WWE.
Yeah.
I don't want to give too much away because just in case people haven't, but we could speak after we come off the live together about it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Don't want to give too much away, but Jay has came in and said, it's good. I feel it gives non-wrestling fans an insight to actually how much goes into booking wrestling shows and storylines, and I can totally agree with all that. Well, thank you, Jay, and anyone else who has been watching along. Thank you again, as always, to John and Alex for joining us. Myself and Craig are on Tuesday night, I believe. I can't remember who we have as a guest, but us three will be back next Sunday, sorry, at the usual time, about between 8 and 8:30. It'll depend, obviously, John's work. But as I say, thank you again, Jay, for joining us. And I've not binged season 2 yet. I've only seen 2 episodes, so I'm going to get on that very shortly. But I have other stuff to binge watch before WWE Unreal. But as I say, boys, thank you again for watching and joining me, and thank you again for everyone who was in the stream. And we will see you again